global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The issue of herdsmen had brought so much concern to the Southeasterners because of so much mayhem that they have caused in the Southeast. And when the Igbo group met, they said they were going to rule out in the month of June an operational group. They call it Operation Lion Walk, and their aim was to ensure that they fish out and flush out every criminal element who are criminally hiding in or occupying the farmlands and forests, using same as a hideout to commit sacrileges against the Igbo nation. And guess what? The Operation Lion Walk has already proven good result. It has already started yielding very good result, as they have taken a huge step in kicking out the herdsmen out of 3 Imo communities. But before we continue with details of the news, if you've not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification. All right, let's listen to the news.
The Operation Lion Walk, successfully launched by the Igbo National Council (INC), recently have started achieving results, with the local vigilante reportedly evicting herdsmen from Abala in Owerri North local government area, Obinze in Owerri West Council area, and Umehi in Ehieme Mbano Council area of Imo State. INC National President Chilos Godsent, who disclosed this in Owerri, expressed satisfaction with the level of compliance and acceptability of the security outfit in various communities in Imo State. He thanked the traditional rulers of the communities, who he said are the brains behind the success of the outfit. According to Godsent, in Abala, all the youth from the community came out in their numbers to join the outfit in combing the forest, from where he said some of the herdsmen were driven off. Many communities across Igbo nation states have continued to comb their forests to evict the jihadist killer herdsmen in adherence to the directives of the Igbo National Council worldwide through Operation Ijago, which was launched in June. Owa in Ogota Council area, Emehi communities in Owerri North local government area, Umehi in Nsu, Ehieme Mbano, Obinze in Owerri West, and many others have been helping us to comb and chase out these killer herdsmen in their forest. That's just about it.
All right, thank you very much. Now, looking at this, it's really interesting. I and my colleague, we're going to be talking about a lot of things that have been happening there, and see how we can, show a direction through. And right now, the issue of these guys, that's Operation Lion Walk, it's quite interesting. But guess what? I think that their impact, though felt in Imo State, but there are still other parts of the that's Igbo land, which they have not covered effectively. So looking at this, what do you have anything to say about this?
Well, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. At least you let them start with a step. And this is a positive one. Don't forget, this is a group. This is not the Southeast governors and security outfit.
Okay.
This is a vigilante group. So it's
initiated by a particular group, yes, not really by the governors.
Yes, by INC.
Okay.
And it's a brainchild, and they looked at say they can't keep waiting for the Southeastern governors to react. While they're still waiting for the modalities, we need to form some sort of vigilante, which they did. And they went in collabo with the monarchs, the traditional rulers. And those ones were like, okay, no problem, it's for our own good. So they insisted. If you watch, these are the youth that are very anxious to see that the herdsmen are being chased out of their community. So when they were looking for youth that will come, at least the youth in that local government, come out, we will support you, you will come under our name, okay? We'll give you some sort of branding so that it won't be just as if you're just waking up one day and trying to chase out people. You will bear some sort of name, and that's the name they've given to them.
Okay. Operation Lion Walk.
Operation Lion Walk.
Okay.
Of which when they want to do anything, they'll use that name, Operation Lion Walk, to walk, to move around, and it's beginning to yield results. So everything all depends on the local government. It depends on the traditional unit and the indigenous daring.
Yes, exactly.
They are willing. They're seeing all southeastern states, but then it's left for the youth to recognize, their presence and also do something about it. They can't force it. If you watch, it's a vigilante thing. It's about the indigens. Come out, we'll give you a name, we'll give you under an umbrella, and go ahead and change while we wait for the governors to react. Let's still do something. And it's beginning to yield results, really.
All right, thank you very much. Now, let's just look at Benue, because fairly recently, the governor of Benue State had said something about the president proscribing the herdsmen, that's the Fulani Herdsmen, because of the fact that, number one, they have been against his anti-grazing law. It has already been passed into law by the State House of Assembly. An expectation was that they need to go in line with the provision of the law and to obey it. But according to him, he said that nothing is actually working. Now, the question is, if after bringing out a law, passing a bill into law in respect to open grazing and warning them not to do it, do you think at this point that the Benue, because right now I think the man is he doesn't know what to do again, because that was the same thing that Makinde did, and to some extent they kind of pedaled down. They were not so hard on your state again as before. But right now, in the case of Benue, it's as if Benue is a part of the land that they have made up their mind that by all means they have to conquer. The situation that he has found himself now is so terrible. The question is, what can he do to salvage his people from the hands of these people? Do you think that bringing in also a security operation, will help to ease the trouble that he's currently going through?
It will help a great deal. If we have tried putting the law into play and the law is not helping, then I think you should begin to, empower the youth to form some sort of vigilante, okay? Because I see no reason why a law will be passed in the state and the people therein are not obeying it. You see the power of restructuring. If this country has restructured, where you give power to the state, the center have much more power than the state, and that's why some of these guys feel that they own the nation, so they're actually untouchable. They've never been prescribed, so why would you want to do us anything?
Okay.
But if it is now a state-owned thing, that's the country Nigeria is fully restructured, where power is given to the state and not to the center, and that's such a law is being passed.
Okay.
You can't try it to disobey. You won't even dare, because the state have the unanimous right to do whatever it deems without the interference of the center.
Okay.
That way, even the Fulanis will be very scared to come in and disobey the law of the land. Don't also forget, that's Middle Belt.
Okay.
So to speak, they share boundaries, so they feel this land is part, in fact, it's our motherland.
Okay.
Do you understand? But for the Yorubas, they need to move down for you to get to Oyo, you need to move some states in. How can you move from all the way from the north and say the Yoruba land, Oyo is your land?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you okay? Did you wake up from the other side of your bed?
Exactly.
So there's no way you can begin to claim rights. If you move anyhow, you see anyhow, because that's the West.
Okay.
But that's why you see them saying, if we keep glamoring further now on restructuring.
Okay.
When you do that, it will be easier, okay? It will be easier for governors to rule their state asset security issues.
Okay. All right. But now going back to the Igbo land and all of that, let's look at the current. There was a particular video about a woman elderly woman who had some issues and all of that. Now, one of the things I've noticed, just like you rightly say, I think it has a lot to do with the communities. That's what was their response like to it? Because as at this point, if these guys are this effective, I feel that the monarchs and traditional rulers should see how they can, call themselves or the INC, the Igbo group that is behind this whole thing.
INC,
they need to call a meeting of all the monarchs in all the Igbo states and see how they can build a formidable vigilante group where on a monthly basis there will be meetings where they discuss some of the challenges that they have in their different communities and see how these things can be corrected. Because if you're looking at Imo State right now, you will see that they have done a great job there, maybe because of how effective they are there. But in other parts, there are other communities who are really suffering. So I think that it should be something that they impose on them and said, hey, this is what we have made up our mind to do as an Igbo-speaking state, and we want everybody to come together and build a vigilante that will help correct this thing.
Now, if you say impose, you're already trying to make it a terrorist group.
No, not a terrorist group.
When impose, there should be freedom of choice.
Yeah.
We're humans. God has given us that right, freedom of choice.
Sure.
So when you just Educate them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean by that imposition. You call them out and educate them on the need for a vigilante group that would checkmate these things.
Yeah, they really need it. Just educate them. You know, another thing that I feel that may be a limiting factor is watch the way IPOB people do their evangelism. They go around, make a lot of noise. People get to hear their noise and create so much awareness. Do same for INC. A lot of persons don't even know. A lot of persons in Igbo land doesn't even know the existence of INC. They may just know, yes, you can't call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and nobody will know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo land.
Okay.
Do the same for INC. My only fear right now is that when they gain momentum, that there may be a need for the governors to begin to shut them down, because they will say that that's going against the government of the day. Because there's a level of momentum they will gain, the government will become worried or they become too aware and begin to feel uncomfortable with the arrangement. If not, I feel they should create a lot of awareness, because this set of persons, that what happened to that woman, you could be the youth are not even aware of something like INC that they could join and join forces with. So they need to do a lot of awareness, a lot of campaign. People can join in and begin to go to community, whatever mechanism sensitization,
let them understand the importance
of your own security while we wait for our governors to react.
Exactly. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. Go to our comment section, let us interact. What's your position on this issue? A lot of achievement already by this Operation Lion Walk. Do you think that if more effort is put into it, the issue of a Fulani Herdsmen in Igbo land will be a thing of